So in a way, it's good to have too much footage, but then just not use a lot of it. But on the other hand, it's good to have not too much footage because you've got to trawl through it all. So
I think
double-edged.
if we just, I mean, I think we can limit ourselves, and then if it happens that we suddenly go through these many tapes on this day, and like it's only 7 o'clock and you've got the whole night, then buy some more tapes and film it, because I think that it's just sort of like, otherwise it's silly. It's like, in some ways I think limitations are important, but I think that maybe the limitations can come from us constructing like stuff from the timetable, so that there's definite things that we get. Yeah. Whether those things are not necessarily just acts, but whether those things are like being at this point at 12 o'clock and seeing what's going on. It doesn't have to, do you know what I mean?
Also, in terms of, a bit like what we were talking about the Bammers, and also like Jandek, if an event occurs that we miss, we can get the reactions of people who've missed it, and like the mystique around an event can actually be sort of, that can make better finished product as well. So it's kind of academic. We don't need to really worry about it. We just do it, and what happens.
Because also
happens.
the best, I think it's, at the end of the day, this documentary is being made by 3 people. Yeah. And so that's like, we can only get what we get. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's good. That's a good thing. Yeah. That's a good thing. It's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
It is a good thing.
I mean, yeah, I think it's good. So, I mean, footage-wise, we're going to get what we get. Do you know what I mean? There's no point limiting what we're going to get, really, because we're just going to get what we get. Yeah.
Yeah, but the point of limitation is it makes it a lot easier when you come to put it together, because you need to know all that footage fairly intimately, isn't it?
Well, I think that maybe there's like,
or to be aware of that.
To be aware of it, but then maybe we can start by going through the timetable and thinking what we want to do, each of us, what we like to think, and then maybe we can, you specifically as well, can think about interviews that you would like to sort of start organising, that even me and Dave can film and be a part of. I mean, maybe, and actually it goes for all 3 of us if there's people that you want to interview or that I want to interview.
Yeah. And maybe also we need to discuss, because
that is, especially if it's artists, we need to talk
to actually arrange that,
to make sure that that's okay, and when the best time to do.
There might be people sort of surrounding on that, like I know that Frances Morgan, who's she's the editor of Plandino team. She is coming down to, and I know that she'd just be really good to get on. Yeah. And I think I'd really like to have, the people like that are kind of on the periphery. Yeah, the periphery. I mean, obviously it goes without saying, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? That's kind of not just sort of not just artist focused, but there's going to be interesting people around. Do you know what I mean? And so I guess.
Let's hope so.
We're just trying, and try and interview all the Venn people, like as in, the Venn organisers, and they'll just be like.
They'll be like, yeah, I've just got to answer my phone.
Yeah.
How's it going? Or they'll be like, yes, it's bloody amazing. But I spoke to Chiz the other day and he didn't seem very. He was a bit down on things actually.
What, because of ticket sales?
Go through things.
I just think, and other stuff that's going on, so a bit kind of like pissed off.
I don't think the ticket sales is something to worry about, because it always picks up really late in Bristol.
It's a lot of responsibility, and then when things start, just like the hassle and the stress, it just kind of.
She said everything we said.
Who was it?
Someone that works at the Cube.
We're in trouble.
Why are we in trouble?
No, I'm joking.
We might, we're just talking.
Yeah, but she might say that the coffee's not big enough.
It's not big enough, I want another one now. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay, so what happens when... I'm quite interested in the dubstep stuff, which you'll probably... I don't know...
What's the dubstep stuff?
Code 9.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I know, it's this way.
What's the 12 PM mystery event at the King's?
I don't know, it's just a mystery event.
That sounds good, we need to get that.
Oh my god, this is going to be serious.
Yeah,
What's
it's serious.
Jen's radio tour at 10:45?
Yeah, that sounds.
I know
really
all
good.
about that. Yeah.
I'm quite interested in that.
Although he's having nightmares with that
Is he?
because it needs to be. It's really important. It's stereo.
Is he
'Cause
following Jane's? Is he following Jane's replay thing?
I know. I don't know whether he knows about Jane's thing or not.
Isn't it? I thought that was the thing that he was doing, isn't it?
He's not redoing it. No, it's about displacement basically.
But it says following the same tool that someone else took last year.
No, he made a recording, and
Oh,
then
okay.
people put on the thing. So it's a year later that people are going down the same route that he did, and you get the sense of sort of immersion in the sound. But you get that from James anyway, as a sort of side project, a side effect.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether he necessarily knows about it. But he's interested in that particular idea, just sort of purely. But he's having real trouble getting cheap portable stereo radios. Yeah, please do.
See how you feel.
Quite
So,
fine. Well, yeah, I mean, there should be more. Definitely. I'm always like this disembodied voice. That makes no sense.
Camera work. This is my experience in camera work.
Yeah.
This is
How's
my
the
work
framing?
experience. Yeah, it's all right. Maybe I'll just try and.
Pretty bad.
Thanks. It's very encouraging, Amy.
I've got some.
Well, don't go.
That's a bad thing to do.
That's a bad thing to do.
Yeah, that's
Because-
a
really bad
because,
thing
because you can't
the
edit
TV's not that way up.
that. You can't turn
Okay.
the TV round.
Sorry.
Although it is possible to kind of do stuff in post production, you can like flip
All right,
it.
well, I only just did it once.
But it's more of a. I mean, because that is actually quite an interesting thing, having vertical potentially.
I've got a weird thing on my phone. I don't know what that is.
Maybe it's a corrupt file.
Maybe someone's sent you an entry for the Venn documentary already.
I doubt it.
Maybe it's a vlog.
Okay, I just want to.
Yeah, because that is because I did do some filming vertical and cutting up my friends to make a collage, and that was one of the things, you know, in terms of being a classic sort of documentary or rockumentary and approaching it more as an artwork. I think it could be interesting with, you know, if there's things going on at once, having a split screen, it's the same moment in time but in different places within
That's what,
Venn
yeah.
and so on like that.
That's what I was thinking about in terms of us not being at the same place at the same
Yeah.
time and how that could work. And doing things like maybe on Saturday we both put our alarms on to go off at exactly the same time.
Yeah, so it would be
and straight away we put off video, we turn our cameras on and go and tune into Venn radio at exactly the same time, but you'll be in
In a
your
different
house
place.
and I'll be in my
Brilliant,
house, things like that.
Also, in terms of like the diagram and the overlap, sort of.
What, this diagram?
That's diagram, yes. Or the idea of a diagram, which they don't seem to pick up on the design. Maybe it's too obvious and just not too obvious, but it would be good, you know, like the Michel Gondry sort of thing, where you've got a split screen and then there is an overlap. It becomes the same one as well. So if we meet up, if we set our alarms, and then we come to a point somewhere, it would be really good. Something like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Okay.
And other things
so
like
that's
that.
already.
But one of the things that in my general way of working is that overall I tend to sort of collect loads of stuff and then get it in the edit, make it into something. You know, that's a sort of DJ principle.
Okay.
But if we're going to do clever shit like that, then that needs, you know, quite
Well,
a pre-planning.
I'm interested in both of those things.
Yeah.
And I think that also because this is essentially a live event, even though it's 3 days, a live event, we can't pre-plan stuff. And
But we can pre-plan
But we
something
can
like
pre-plan
that.
some stuff. But I'm also interested in reacting to a situation. And suddenly going, oh, okay, I've just seen that person do that. I'm going to turn my camera on and film that because I think that's interesting.
But in working out our schedule, if we could work out some clever thing in terms of, you know, joining up and then going out again, and that could be an overall sort of visual and conceptual theme that could tie the whole thing together.
What do you think about that?
What do you think about that, lady? I think you haven't got the hang of being intrusive. I think you're going to watch this back and say, I didn't even realise you were filming.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Isn't that just pointing at the wall?
Well, no, I'm
it
doing.
wide?
Pardon?
Experiment.
Well, it's quite interesting what's going on actually, but you might not have.
The pens.
Yeah.
and the
Were you
nice,
doing that?
very good.
Yeah.
No,
You're talking
I
about.
didn't realise you. Yeah, there's much more going on than I thought.
Pardon?
I underestimated you.
This is
Right, you can have the camera back now.
This is another film that Lady.
What? That was a compliment.
This is another film that Lady took of me.